All right. So the opener that I've been doing, like the max roll opener, all the guides say to do this is basically this, right? You evo full, and then you'll missiles and clip the surge into a touch, double blast, 3 missiles, more blasts, 3 missiles, more blast, full on out missiles, touch barrage, and I'll end right now. So it's about 820k if I end right on the surge. But there's variance, right? There's variance. So like I can test the other opener now. That one did 820k right when my surge ended. So now we wait a minute and try it again. So now let's try the other rotation. So 820k is like about what it did. Okay, so the other rotation is I'm gonna evo, surge, touch, missile, clip the arcane blasts. And we're gonna end the damage right when the surge ends. Okay. $920k DPS. So it's 100k more DPS. I knew it wasn't in my head. I knew it wasn't in my head. It's more damage to do it that way. Why does every guide say not to do that? I'm gonna do a couple more tests. Because it could be RNG. It could be RNG. Because fight doesn't end in 15 seconds. But what we're testing is the damage during with all of your damage up. So like the way I'm thinking about it is the damage after that is all the same. The rotation only changes for those first few seconds. The damage after is all the same anyway. So once again, let's do the other opener. Maybe I got bad RNG. Okay, so the other opener is gonna be evo, missiles, surge, touch, blast. Okay, so other opener again. Let's see. Maybe I just got bad RNG. Evo, missiles, clip, surge, touch, and then double blast. Okay, so this is the other opener again. This is what all the guides say. And I'm gonna end right when that comes off. Okay. 700k. I think I had bad RNG though, so we'll test again. But that was 700k. That's considerably less. Shouldn't you be looking at total damage done instead of DPS at the end? I guess that's fair. Okay, wait, is that, hold on. Should I be looking at DPS or total damage done? We're gonna do the missile opener first and just see the damage. And we're gonna end right when that proc expires, 18 seconds from now. I'll even throw an extra little missile in there. Okay, so 710k. To be fair, I feel like I kind of got bad RNG. But that, once again, that was still about 710k. We've done 3 tests and they've all been about 700k. Let's do the other opener now. If you really want to learn, you should talk to Jinji, Hopeful, and Fired Up. I've read their guides and I feel like maybe they're missing something with the opener. So that's what I'm testing. I could be completely stupid and wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying I'm probably wrong and I want to prove myself wrong. All right, once again, the opener that I've read on all the guides, about 710k in those first 20 seconds or so. Now let's do the opener that I've been doing. So we're gonna evo, arcane surge pre-pull. Oh, I just thought of something. Maybe this isn't an accurate test, but anyway, let's just keep going.
Damn, almost forgot to use my free Twitch Prime sub for the 43rd time.
Hands off, 850k. I'm trying to think if this is an accurate test though. Because my combat time on here is 20 seconds and my combat time here is 23 because of the 2.5 second pre-pull. So it's a 3 second shorter combat time. It's 3 seconds shorter, but I did more damage and I did more DPS. But okay, let me just say this much. This is why it's been stuck in my head, because I can't let it go when it's like it feels like one rotation is literally 100k more DPS. Every time I do a heroic dungeon, every time I do a rare out in the world, every time I do one rotation versus the other, the second one seems way better, but all the guides say to do the first one. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? Someone has to be wrong here. I hope it's me. And that's why you should try to discuss it with them. Let me see if I have Jinshi on Discord. I'm gonna call Jinshi. I have him on Discord. Hopeful's in the chat. Oh my gosh. Hopeful, dude. Hopeful. I am so confused. I've been reading your guide on why you're not searching pre-pull. I don't understand. Maybe you can. Oh, Jinji's in the chat too. Yo, teach me, guys. Holy crap. I'm missing something here. Why are we not searching pre-pull for the extra 2.5 seconds before the fight starts? Why are we searching after pull? Anyway, I've been doing test dummy rotations, and consistently the pre-pull surge is doing more DPS. Significantly more DPS. Consistently. So I'm missing something, I think. So I'm trying to understand what I'm missing. So I feel like the rotation that would make sense in my head would be evoing, surging, touch, missile, clip, and then get into the, get into the normal rotation. And then it's 200k more DPS every time I test it. It's 200k more damage. Okay, what am I missing? Easily better. So why is every guide saying not to do this? What am I missing? You need to build nether precision before going into surge window. But that means you have to either pull with a missile, which sucks, or get stacks on a random trash mob, which isn't realistic in a PvE scenario. So I don't understand still. It's not a fair comparison because the damage doesn't start till after surge instead of after evo. Well, that's my point, because in a pre-pull surge you get 2.5 seconds of extra value. Dude, I need to call Jinji or Hopeful and just try to understand what's going on here. I feel like get them in Discord. Hopeful wrote this, which I think you missed. You're not getting Magi Spark from Barrage because you're not lusting on pull. The opener is assuming you lust. So it's basically, since I'm not lusting, that's the difference. If I lust, then the extra haste makes the other one do more damage. I only have one lust every 5 minutes, guys. Okay, I'm calling Jinchi. Hey, Jinchi, how's it going, man?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Dude, I am a noob. I'm missing something real easy, and I need you to explain it to me if you're not busy.
No, I'm just chilling, streaming a bit. I just did the theater event, so I'm not doing anything crazy.
Hype. All right. Okay, so I've been reading a bunch of these guides out there. Okay, for Arcane Mage, because I'm trying to become a PVE Andy, or at least have some fun doing some PVE. And I'm reading these guides, and all the guides say to evo, missiles, surge, touch, blast, and then kind of go into the rotation. But I'm trying to understand why it's not better to pre-pull with surge.
I mean, you're playing the Sun Fury talent, right? So when Arcane Surge ends, that's when you get the Arcane Barrage procs when it finishes, right?
Yeah.
And since you're starting off with a missile to get your nether precisions, if you pre-surge, then the surge is going to end quicker, right? What is it that you're trying to optimize for right now? Is it like a burst window? Is it or is it just like the general flow of the rotation?
I guess I'm just trying to optimize the best single target DPS, and I've was doing pre-surge DPS and consistently hitting like about 1 million DPS on a heroic or a target dummy. And then I swapped to the missile opener, and I'm down to about 700k, 750, sometimes 800. So about 20% worse every time when I don't pre-pull with surge. And then in my head, pre-pulling with surge gives me about, a little over 2 seconds of extra value. So it's like, of course it's more damage. So I'm trying to, but all the guides say not to do that. So I'm trying to figure out why the guides are saying to not pre-pull with surge.
I mean, this is what I'm thinking here. You are trying to optimize the difference between one global, and there can be a lot of different variances to the difference in damage, right? Like trinket procs, if you get enough clear casting procs or something like that, can have a bigger impact. And if you're going in a heroic dungeon and you're killing a mob, but like if you have an arcane mage with cooldowns, the boss dies in like 15 seconds max, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, in a short burst window, I mean, I haven't looked for that specific situation, right? Like if that would be better for that in that case, because it would just get you into the barrages faster, which then in most times when your touch finishes, you're definitely going to be in execute range, right? And getting to that point quicker, especially with additional targets around, might mean that you'll be sniping more damage than the rest of your group. And therefore it will just be higher, right? It's like, I guess it's depends on the situation, but I'm not the one that is doing all of the APLs and the Theorycrafters. I'm talking with them, right? I don't know if you know Porom, but he's the one that is mainly working on the Arcane Mage Guide, and he has been working hard on this one with a lot of feedback from a lot of other top mages. And I would say Arcane Mage rotation is probably one of the ones that have been really squeezed and optimized a lot in a lot of situations, mainly because the spec is so popular now as well. So I'd imagine that he has been running a lot of different openers before he came up with this one. But so if you have to discuss whether or not doing this is better and why, and he might come up with an answer as to why it's not. But it's probably, in this case, it would be so small, because we're talking one global, right? Just one GCD. But you're saying 20%, which is quite a lot, right?
Well, I think like my basic premise is you're either pulling with an instant cast or you're pulling with a 2.5 second cast, and the 2.5 second cast is just, I mean, it's very basic. It seems like you're saving yourself a lot of time. So that's the opener I've been doing for like the last couple days. And then I just read some of the guides, and I swapped my opener, and I noticed I'm doing a lot less damage. So then I started doing some breakdowns on just like target dummies over and over, and it seems pretty consistently about 20% less damage just for that opener. But so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm missing with, like, why would you want, like, mathematically, why would you want to surge during a pull when it's 2.5 seconds versus pre-pull surge? Just to be clear, what you would do is Evo surge, you would clip a missile into the normal rotation. So then you would do, blast, and then if you get your procs, you then barrage. If not, you just keep blasting and clipping your missiles, right? So can you do your opener on your stream right now? I just want to see how everything lines up when you're doing what you're doing. Sure. So basically, I would Evo, surge, touch, clip the missile, and then double blast, missile, double blast, missile. Very this is all just basic.
Yeah.
That's about the opener. I only did about 850k there, which out of all the tests, that's the lowest one. But like you said, there's a lot of variance.
Yeah. I could see what you're doing be better in a burst window, but over a longer fight, that's what the APLs are usually based off, right? It's like a longer sim, like an actual raid scenario. If you went into a raid and you did this opener versus another mage that did the other opener, I don't think this would be the deciding factor whether or not you would win on damage or he would.
Right. After a minute, nothing, like the opener wouldn't matter, because once you're in the 100 million damage range, it's like pennies, right? And then in the long run, the rotation's the same anyway. But so my question, I guess, is if we're gonna talk about an ideal opener, wouldn't it make sense to get the opener DPS as high as possible if it's not going to affect the damage later on?
Yes, if it's not going to affect the damage later on, which
I don't think it would, because we're only changing like one spell.
I don't know exactly if it would, right? Like there must be a reason why it's not doing that, because but it could also be a very, very small difference.
Yeah.
To the point where it maybe don't matter. I couldn't say. I mean, I haven't been doing this opener at all. I haven't been trying it.
And there's one more thing. Hopeful was in my chat, and he said something that could be messing up is I'm not testing these just pulls on a target dummy with every pull with time warp. So maybe the time warp reducing the cast time of Arcane Surge pretty considerably would make the difference, right?
True.
Because instead of losing 2.5 seconds on Surge, you're only losing, what, like 1.7 or something?
Try to do the opener with this way, where you are opening with Arcane Blast and then clear casting missile, and then you clip the missile with your Arcane Surge, right?
Wait, so get 4 stacks like before the opener? Or are you just
No. You always clip your missiles, right? Like just for the nether precision, yeah. Just do the opener in the guide with Bloodlust.
Opener in the guide with Bloodlust. Okay,
Yeah.
I was
You just pre-evo, and then you could recast the 1 AB on the pull timer, right?
Yeah.
You just clip your missile with an Arcane Surge, and then you instantly go into touch.
Yeah. I lusted 1 global late. So with lust, that's like 1.2 mil.
How's your gear looking?
We're at 579, like pretty close to pre-bis. I think I'm missing like a couple items though.
Yeah.
Couple things.
Are you gonna raid in a good guild, or what's the plan with the War Within?
Dude, I rolled actually, Gingy, bro, I rolled on Moonguard, and we've been having a blast in the city, and like off stream too, if you know what I'm saying. Like it's been super fun.
With some RP or what?
Yeah. Basically, so I'm a gnome and like a female gnome, and like there's things that, yeah, I'll tell you off stream another time. But yeah, it's been a blast over here on Moonguard. So that's kind of my plans. And then I was thinking like some casual keys, you know, casual Keystone Master. And then I don't know if I'm gonna do the raid, man. That's a whole nother. I don't have like a group or anything.
Okay. I mean, right now I would say, I mean, you probably felt it as well. I think Arcane's profile right now feels really good to play. It's been one of the most enjoyable Arcane rotations for me, with the nether position change actually affecting Barrage. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think Arcane has been like an absolute blast to play. So yeah, man, like if Echo needs a mage, just let me know. And
I mean, definitely, the hopeful guy we just got is not really working out, so we might be looking for a new one soon.
All right, bro. All right, yeah. What are you up to today? I saw you leveled like 16, 17 characters, man. Like that first day, that's wild.
Yeah, I went a little bit hard.
Saw you falling asleep, man.
Yes, that was not the. I mean, I don't know if you have it like that, but like I was so close to just finishing all the characters. You know, I could just have gone to bed and leveled like the characters like the next day, but I just wanted to go to bed and just know that I was done with the leveling. So I tried to go a little bit extra hard, but then I was just falling asleep.
I have that same gene. I have that same mindset. It's like if you're about to finish something, it's like you can't just stop a little early. You got to go all in and finish it. You know what I mean? So I feel that. Cool, man. Well, I'll stop bothering you. Thanks for all the tips and the help, man. I really
you're not bothering
appreciate
at all. Of course. Just hit me up in DMs for some Moonguard action if you're ever interested. And I'll talk to you later.
All right, yo, have a great day, man. Peace.
You too.
Gingy X Xaryu off-stream Moonguard, baby. It's going down. Oh my gosh. All right, I want to do that same opener again, guys, without lust, and just see where we're at. So let's do the Evo, missiles, clip surge. So this is once again no Evo, no lust. Honestly, the lust might just be the factor making the difference here. Like it could literally just be the lust window. 780k or so. I'm gonna do one more test with my opener that I was using and to see where we're at. Gotta try your rotation with Lust. Yeah, I could do that. Like the opener that I've been doing is Evo, Surge, Touch, and then kind of just getting into it from here. $900, like, yeah, so it is consistently like 10% higher. That is without Lust. Maybe the Lust is just making the difference. Try yours with Lust. Okay, I can. I need another minute. So you generate at the same pace, but you start the process of the generating quicker with the guide rotation. Go for a minute flat. Okay. Dude, Hopeful, I'm so happy you're in here, like, doing this with me, man. This is so fun. Yo, guys, press 1 in the chat if you're having fun. Press 2 in the chat if you're a hater. Or, press 2 in the chat if you're ready to move on. All right. So we're going to do 1 minute of DPS with my rotation. Okay. I'm doing no Lust, quick, Evo, sir. Okay. Evo, Surge. Okay, 1 minute of combat starting now. Let's not mess up for a minute. I can do this. I think I did that properly. It's kind of like a weird use case for some of that stuff there, but I think that was proper. We're at 39 seconds. 44. 49. It's kind of hard to like look at that timer as I'm going. Oh, okay, I'm only using one touch of the Magi, I guess. And I messed up there. Okay, hands off the keyboard, about 550k DPS. I did not use a second touch of the Magi, so I won't use a second touch of the Magi in the other test. It's just like one set of full cooldowns. Shifting, oh no. Okay, so yeah, I didn't like shifting touch. I didn't rotate through CDs to reuse CDs. I just use everything one time. I don't know if that's like a very good test, but maybe I should do the other one that same way. You weren't going for 2 touches? Yeah, I was gonna just do one of everything. One touch, one surge, one evo, like just 60 seconds of damage. So now this, I'm gonna do missiles. I got 2 purple boys. Oh no, never mind. I was like, 2 purple boys that early. That's kind of nice, huh? Where's my damage? Oh no. We're at 27 seconds. We just keep pumping. I did 1 extra arcane blast there. Should be pretty minimal, but what are we at? 45. Keep pumping. $56, $57. I'm not going to invis. $58, $50. Okay, that's 1. DPS was within a couple thousand. So I guess like in my head, both of them do about the same amount of damage at 1 minute. That's why I haven't been testing at 1 minute. I guess in my head, what I was thinking is in like a, you know, in those first 20, 30 seconds. So like in a Mythic Plus pull, a lot of the pulls might be like 20, 30 seconds. I guess AoE is different anyway. So maybe that doesn't really matter. Because with AoE, you're doing just a lot more orbs and barrages. 20 or 30 second pulls with low keys. Yeah, true. On high keys, it could be like over a minute or something. Just spamming damage. You might be testing yourself into a coma with these openers. So much RNG. Yeah, I think the RNG is making it so it just doesn't really matter. Having said that, Hopeful, will you give me this? That the damage difference between them is almost completely negligible. Like it seems like you're gaining the 2.5 seconds of out of cast timing, but you are losing some optimizations with burden. But it seems like the damage is very close. Yeah, the damage difference should be almost the same between the two. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hey man, I'll count that as a win, all right? Because like normally the way I learn rotations is this. I don't look anything up. I read all my spells. I think about it. And I feel like I'm usually pretty on point. You know what I mean? That's just because I'm a PvPer. That's usually what we do. We don't like use sims or anything. And then like I read the guides. I'm like, why are they missiling first? But I can see why the missile first with burden fitting in to touch the Magi kind of makes sense. I can also see the threat perspective of like not wanting to pull threat right away. It's like, hey man, if you wanna not pull threat instantly, it's probably a good idea to start the DPS like a little slower, especially if it's gonna end up being the same or more in the long run. So anyway, that was a crazy way to start the day, huh?